43 of recovery from phalloplasty, and I just want to do a little update for you all from my appointment this morning. So I went actually pretty early and went to go see my urologist. So she wasn't really comfortable really doing anything with the phallus and looking at the urethra. Like, she looked at it, clearly it is closed at the tip, but nothing further. So she's actually sending me to a referral for someone who deals with specifically for like penile urology, as this clinic specifically usually is for like women. So in case, like, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but the clinic I usually go to is the Lois Hole Hospital, and it is usually specific for women, but they actually send everybody who goes through transitioning surgery usually through this clinic first, as they deal with a lot of like trans urology and just surgeries and stuff, like, and like the aftercare and whatnot. So it is good that they do that, but it also, like, you know, it's just they don't specialize in penile stuff. So it's just something that, you know, she wasn't really sure about, so has to refer me to somebody else. So, I mean, that was fine. Like, you know, I wasn't too, you know, worried about it. Like, obviously I'm a little concerned, but at this point, like, you know, there's nothing I can do if it's closed. She's like, sometimes with swelling and stuff, like, it may, you know, reopen or whatnot. But at this point, you know, we're just getting a referral and then we'll see from there. So the second thing, though, she did look at the phallus underneath the scabbing. It is quite a bit oozing and stuff. So she took a swab and is sending that out. Like, she's a bit concerned on it, but we're keeping an eye on it. I'm finished all my antibiotics right now. So, you know, we're just hoping that my body, you know, continues to fight off these infections, and hoping that, you know, I won't need to go back on antibiotics. But she did take a second swab again, because the last time she did a swab on the phallus, it was actually around the base, as mentioned. So this will be 2 swabs on the phallus. And, you know, and then I also got a swab done on the arm, close to the tendon, with the home care nurses. So I have 3 swabs right now waiting back for. So the biggest concern is, depending on what kind of infection, we don't really want to put me back on antibiotics too soon, because then your body will build antibodies and resistance to that medication. And if something major does happen, she's like, then, you know, it'd be something that, like, you know, it could be detrimental. So we are right now just waiting on the swabs, but all I can continue doing currently until we get the results is just continue doing the cleaning at home using certain products. And I've been finding, so I've been using Medi Honey on a lot of stuff, and thankfully I, you know, heard about this from a few friends and whatnot, and it is working very well on the incisions, especially the areas that were seeming to be infected. It works like amazing. Honestly, I recommend this to anybody, and you can find it on Amazon. Actually, it's cheaper through Amazon than it is through the medical center that I am going to, so that was surprising. But yeah, so we're just waiting for the results, and I'll let you know how all that goes. But yeah, she's a little bit concerned, but also, you know, just trying to keep an eye on things. And I have another appointment next week. As mentioned, like, I do basically weekly updates. Unless something is, you know, to come up in their results and it's concerning for them, I can go back. But as of right now, we just made another appointment for next week. And the only other thing I wanted to mention too is, like, with these experiences going back and forth, like, every week, every time I end up going there, no matter what door you go into, you have to go up, and then there's somebody who, like, asks you, are you there for an appointment? I'm like, yep. And they give you a mask and you have to sanitize your hands, which is fine. Like, that's not, you know, that's something that I feel like is something that is supposed to happen when, especially in a hospital setting. But then normally also there's going to be either sometimes a secondary person or the same person then asking, okay, well, where is your appointment? And every time I usually go through the same door, so I'm like, oh, it's just downstairs. And they kind of like look at me and they're like, oh, I knew. Normally I get asked, oh, so in the women's clinic? And I'm like, yes. I hate that they call it that, but yes. Just like, you know, they question and say, like, the women's clinic, and I'm like, and I'm a patient. So, you know, I'm like, yes, they do a lot of other stuff down there, and, you know, I just wish it wasn't called the Lois Hole Hospital for women. It's not just specifically for women, like I mentioned, like, it's, you know, trans care as well. But it's just, you know, the fact that these people, you know, then question, you know, where I'm going, or kind of look at me strange. So I just wish that it would be like, I'm going to the Lois Hole Hospital. Okay, here you go. Like, you know, whatever. And then also today, like, it was kind of an incident that happened more so with my partner than me. But with her going into actually a different door than we normally go into, but still have gone through this door a couple times. She went up to the reception and, you know, did the same thing. Like, I asked if she was there specifically for an appointment or anything. And she's like, yeah, I'm here with a patient. You know, he's in the Lois Hole Hospital, and, you know, I'm here to, like, be support. I'm here to see him. And they were like, oh, we have to confirm. And this has never happened. And she's like, what do you mean you have to confirm? That's, like, never happened. And so they're like, oh, it's just something that's new that's happened. And we've literally went there every single week. So they called the clinic, but they called the wrong part. So they called the inpatient instead of the outpatient. And of course, I wasn't on their rosters. Like, no, we don't have a patient by that name. And she's like, well, like, no, I literally just dropped him off. He's here for an appointment. Like, he's there with Victoria. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I need, like, I'm here to be with my partner. And so then, like, they ended up getting a secondary person involved, which is like a hospital security. And then they ended up getting a peace officer involved. And I think like what was going to happen was like they were going to just escort her out. But then she's like, can I just explain? And then explained it. And like then she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna call my partner. So then she calls me and was like, this is what's happening. Luckily my nurse was in the room at the same time, and she's so sweet and so amazing. She's like, I'm just gonna go get her. So then she went all the way downstairs and kind of, you know, gave them some shit and was like, no, she's here for this person. Did you call this number? And they're like, oh no, we called this number. So they ended up calling the wrong number. But for one, I'm like, that should have never happened. They should have never been like had to call, because every time we've been in there, we've never had an issue. So we felt like it was kind of racial profiling, honestly, and we are going to put in a complaint about this specific person. You know, it's just something that we've never really dealt with until today. But also like just me personally dealing with every single time I go there, being kind of like looked at or questioned, like, you're going to this specific clinic. It's just something that they shouldn't really need to do. Like, they're like, are you here for an appointment? Yes, I know where I'm going. Oh, well, where is it? Like, they specifically ask where I'm going, even though I say I know where I'm going, because I've been there so many times within the last like couple weeks. So it's just frustrating. Like, I wish, you know, when it comes to stuff like this, I know it's like the coronavirus is still going on and being safe and whatnot, but like, what is it to the people that I'm going to to a desk to literally just grab a mask and check in and make sure I have no COVID symptoms or been out of the country and all that, need to know the information of this. So it's just something that I think people need to realize, and something that needs to maybe change. But also wanted to kind of, mention that in this video. But anyways, I really hope you all enjoy these videos. I hope you enjoyed the update. And again, as always, if you have any questions, topics, or anything like that, feel free to put it down in the comments down below. And as well as always, I mentioned my Linktree link will be in the description. And if you would like to click that, it gives you access to my Amazon wish list and a recovery tip option if you want to help and support me in that way, as it is greatly appreciated. But I do appreciate, you all watching these videos, and appreciate all the love and support in any way that you can give it. So thank you all for being here and for being a part of this journey. And hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.